And welcome back to the 409 Sports Blitz, where I feel like everybody's taking a big, deep breath now. The 98th edition of Mid-County Madness is in the books, and it was another great one.
Just an unbelievable. I mean, we were here early. It's like you just feel it in the air, like I'm saying. It's unlike anything I've ever experienced in terms of high school football. And it was a great game. Not only the fact that the atmosphere, but the game itself was really, really good.
To give you a little background, we played in a charity golf tournament at 7:30 this morning. We were out there around 6:30. It energized us. It brought me back because I was about ready to tap out, but Mid-County Madness does special things.
You can't tap out. Yeah,
that's right.
It's MCM.
It was our 409 Sports Blitz game of the week. And these are the first half highlights because, as I said, we had some technical issues second half. So, Dog fans, we don't hate you. I promise you. We just got what we could. First half here, Cole Crippen's going to find Chance Prospery, and he is knocking on the door inside the 5-yard line, and the Indians came out swinging. They're going to come out of the Wildcat. Colby Trahan takes it in for the score, and it is 7-0 PNG. But Luke Broussard and the Dogs would come right back. It's a keeper. He reads that perfectly, and he takes it into the end zone for the equalizer. And just look at that student section on the other side. Unbelievable. Both sides tonight. Then Crippen, he's going to find Landon Ganeri over the middle, and he's going to silence the Bulldog crowd. And then take a look at the Indian student section behind him. He's got the LeBron James working there, throwing up the powder. But here comes the big turning point of the first half. Indians look like they're going to take a 2-score lead. Instead, Crippen, the ball comes loose. It is called a fumble, and that is Kendon Fusilier, probably the best player on the field tonight, bar none. He is in the house. Crippen would be okay. Dogs, they tied up 14-14 at that point, but Crippen in that Indian offense would respond. They find Chance Prospery for a score. It's 21-14 at the half, but as we mentioned earlier, the Bulldogs, they roar back in this one, outscoring the Indians 24-7. The biggest thing in this one was multiple turnovers for the Indians there in the second half. You had that first half fumble. We saw a couple of interceptions there in the second half, and it completely changed this ballgame.
Yeah, I mean, momentum plays for sure. The Indians were kind of trying to dig their way out of a hole in the second half there, and that led to some mistakes that Nederland was able to capitalize on. A couple big plays. I had written down a name, Slade.
Yes.
Slade Stoker. He made a big play, too. I know
big
that
play for the Bulldogs. and this is what I said tonight. I picked PNG if it was a low-scoring game. I had them winning at 21-17. I said if it gets into a shootout, though, you know, Crippen in that offense is starting to come together, but they're not quite there 100%. Turnovers will hurt you, and then you're going to have to put up a lot of points. Bulldogs did this exact same thing against Silsbee. They fell way behind. In fact, almost all of our highlights last time were from the Silsbee Tigers, only to see Nederland win in overtime. You got to wonder if it's just a second-half team. Monty Barrow's working some magic.
Absolutely is, and yeah, the clutch factor is what I should say. I mean, that was one of my talking points before the game too. It's like they've had some close games this year. They've won them. They won an overtime game against Silsbee, like you said. So it felt like if it gets to the second half, crucial moments, they were going to come up clutch, and the defense is really what did.
Certainly did, and